feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Texans and the Titans, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And scout folks believe that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks, down to get 6'5".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
On first down, Thomas. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Thomas. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Thomas. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Titan football. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Thomas now to throw on 3rd down.
He'll drop that underneath to Etienne.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force him 4th down?
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They set up the screen to Chubb. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Thomas.
He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. To throw on 3rd down. Thomas. And that will be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive.
We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a first down. They'll pass there over the middle to start things out. They go with Chubb on second down. And some space here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Titans first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Allen.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Second and 2. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go up the middle with Chubb. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. They're going to look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And here comes the Texans now.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Thomas. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Thomas. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Thomas slings this deep from McLaurin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Titans getting set to go. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Up the middle, it's Chubb.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. To throw is Thomas. Throwing to start the drive. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 76 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
They'll try the left side with ETN.
And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Thomas. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 2nd and 9 now. No, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And now out comes Houston.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Thomas. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 35. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Looking to throw. Thomas. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Thomas. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Quiddy Pay. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, They're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And the Texans will take over. The Houston's offense taking over again.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Thomas, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Handoff running left is ETN.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging away the football now. Officially nothing on that one. No gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Thomas. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team saying, watch the fake for Brandon. Don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it, and they were ready for it and stopped it.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll drop to throw, and this is going to be incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the fourth down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Thomas. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Here's Thomas on 3rd down.
Got his man complete, Moore. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
The Texans are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners are 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Thomas. He'll check this down to Hines.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case,
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Quiddy Pay
able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Here's Thomas. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. Butker's kick here is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Out come the Titans now. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Houston set to take over.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Titans now just about ready to take over. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception.
On play action, they'll throw.
Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he wisely will throw that one away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Caught by Allen.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Roughing the tackle, defense.
So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And now another one thrown incomplete. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is indeed good, and it will tie things up at 6-6.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Thomas. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Thomas. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Thomas. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Thomas. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Thomas. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And now the kick short, but this is a live football picked up in the end zone. He's past the 30. The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 3. He's going to have the hook up to Gage.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they were able to have some success throwing the football against the secondary. Look for that to continue as they try to break this deadlock. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken from about the 12, and they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Now back to throw. Incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, and the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. He'll look to throw. Caught on the slant. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Titans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against it.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the 2nd half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Thomas.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. To throw again on second down. Thomas, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. From the gun on third down, Thomas.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 12-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
On first down, Thomas. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Now it's Hines. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Thomas. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Sky Moore.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will tie things up at 13. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And trouble trying the middle here. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and we will remain tied here in this third quarter.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But if the assignment gets mixed up, that's the end result.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
On second down, Etienne once more. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now Thomas from the gun on third down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Sky Moore.
With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans have broken the tie.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they will take a 7-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception. Fielded right around the 8. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Now Etienne to start the drive.
They'll take this one up to about the 13. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Thomas slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Texans send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Titan football.
Tennessee offense set to go again. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Complete to Nick Chubb. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw here. He'll buy some time right. Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
So here are the Texans to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Here's Thomas. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
To try again after the sack. Thomas
over the middle and complete to Wilson.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And this won't be enough. A good secured tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. A give. This is Chubb. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. Fourth down.
Brought down at his own 8-yard line. A gain of 5. It's fourth down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. $12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Etienne up the middle. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Thomas. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
This is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Back to throw again.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Right back to Pitts again. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Givens. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
It's a gain of 2. He's tackled at the 7-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Texans are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Thomas throwing to start the drive. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
A handoff for Etienne.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And this will be a Texans 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee.
2nd and 11 now. Here's a give to Etienne. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Texans, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss.
I feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.